Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Ready? Start whenever.
All right. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? So I'm here with my good friend, Paddy.
Thanks, Forrest.
A fellow content creator. If you guys are living under a rock, which I hope you guys aren't, Paddy runs a YouTube channel called Thai Talk with Paddy. When I was stuck in California during the height of COVID, I was binging on nothing but Thai content, but I was binging on a lot of your content, and I was really impressed that a non-Thai such as yourself is so damn fluent in speaking Thai.
สิ่งที่ชอบมากที่สุดเกี่ยวกับประเทศของคุณร้องหน่อยได้ไหมครับร้องนี่เมื่อกี้
ที่ซิดนีย์
แล้วก็มาอยู่ที่บ้านพัดดี้ด้วย
ใช่สนุ
ปาก ร์ตี้
มาก
ปาร์ตี้ทุกวันเลย
เมาเลย
Well, thanks for that, Forrest, and thanks for watching the content. I'm sorry for wasting so much of your hours.
It's hours well worth wasted. And if anything, that actually inspired me to actually want to come back. You know, that just motivated me to actually just come back here to Thailand as soon as possible, learn the language, you know, as soon as possible. And you've actually inspired me to actually start taking classes and just, you know, trying to use Thai as much as I can.
I'm so glad you feel that way, honestly, because that's a big part of the reason why I do the channel. Hopefully, if even I can just be a little bit of an inspiration to people learning any language, regardless of whether it's Thai or English or another language, then that's kind of the whole point of the channel, and getting out there and getting outside your comfort zone. So yeah.
Exactly, because I don't want to end up becoming a 20-year expat living here in Thailand and not speaking a lick of Thai.
Yeah.
That shit is embarrassing.
Unfortunately, there is that exists. That exists.
If you guys follow Paddy's content, you know, you left Australia after being there for so many years. You've actually been here for a couple months so far.
So I previously lived in Thailand in 2014 for about 9 or 10 months. And when I was there, I obviously, as you can tell from the videos, fell in love with the place. I fell in love with the language. I met so many local friends here. And I went back to Australia and kind of did the normal thing. You go to university, you get a job, and I worked within a company, and I actually still do technically work with them. But when I was there, I needed a creative outlet, and I wanted to engage with some of my passions for language learning and people. So started this YouTube channel whilst I was in Australia, and then only recently in the last couple of months has been the first time I've actually had the chance to come back to Thailand, and it's been freaking awesome.
So 2014.
2014, 8
months.
years, 9 months.
9 months up in the north,
yeah,
like the Chiang Rai region.
Chiang Mai, about 2 hours west of the city. Yep. So
2 miles west of the city.
2 hours west of the city.
And what were you doing there specifically?
So I was an English teacher. It was essentially a gap year.
During uni?
In between high school and uni. So after I graduated school, I went off and kind of lived in a small village for 9 months. So I was there as a volunteer English teacher and just doing anything that popped up. And I found Thai language was the best way to immerse myself in the place, to acculturate into the place, to make local friends. And from there, I just became obsessed with the language.
Damn.
Yeah.
Was it easy for you during that accelerated 9 months of speaking strictly Thai? You rarely used English during your time.
Yeah, very, very rarely used English. I mean, there were a few other foreigners who were there living with me at the time, but I was also, for a period of time, located at a school where there were no other English speakers. So I would go for periods of up to 3 weeks where I didn't speak a word of English.
And was it difficult for you? I mean, did you pick up Thai very quickly?
I mean, the first 2 or 3 months was super isolating and super alienating. I was like, what have I thrown myself into here? This is like outside the comfort zone massively. I'd hardly left Australia. I'd hardly left my life in Sydney before then, and then just went out and took on this challenge and this experience. And to be honest, in Australia, no one speaks second languages really unless you come from, say, like an ethnic background or something like that. Like people like who've just grown up in Australia, second languages are never a priority, which is such a shame. So no one ever told me to go over there and learn the language or something like that. There was never encouraged, or there was never a piece of advice. I just found when I got there, I was like, what the hell? Why wouldn't I learn this? Why wouldn't I just jump straight into it, meet as many people as I can, give it the best shot I can? So yeah, it was full immersion. It's proper immersion.
And I think you were at that age between, I would assume it's around 17, 18,
Yep.
that you're still able to pick up languages as quickly as possible versus somebody in their 30s trying to...
People say that. I don't know how true that is, but I think it is. There's probably something a little bit more malleable about the brain, and that it's still developing. So things like languages can come a little bit easier to people of that age, I'd say. Yeah.
All right, so 8-9 months, and then
Yep.
eventually you came back to Australia.
Yep.
And then you just needed to create, I mean, finished uni.
Yep. So the period between living in Thailand and starting the channel was about 5 years.
5 years.
5 years. But I did travel back to Thailand just for visits, to visit friends and stuff. But I was pursuing a career, and I still am pursuing a career, right? Like I went to uni, I did like commerce and IT, and then went on to work in a big big company and did consulting work there in the world of kind of technology and data and analytics. And I kind of found that the corporate world, although I learned a lot, I never was able to use my creative outlet and my passion for like languages and people, and especially cultural exchange, which is something I really, really enjoy and love. And so I decided within my first year when I was like just a graduate kind of worker at the company to start a YouTube channel. And I kind of never had any aspirations of it getting anywhere. I kind of just started posting videos out there, and what started as one thing rolled into the next and rolled into the next, and as you know, the spiral just continues, and here I am now. So.
Yeah, I mean, your videos completely blew up. They were very informative. They're extremely entertaining. If you guys haven't, I'm gonna add that link of what's that one video that went viral? Like stupid white guy like speaks.
Yeah, it's not one I'm the most proud of. It's
no, it was probably one of the most. You should be proud of it. It's one of the most entertaining videos I've seen, where you just go up and you surprise the hell out of everyone that. Foreigners speaking Thai.
Yeah.
And what this was over in
Well, it was
Sydney.
in Sydney. It was in a Sydney market, right?
Yeah.
It was a Sydney Thai market. So yeah, that added to the weirdness of the whole situation. But yeah, that's it.
But constantly making content over and around Thai town area in Sydney, Australia.
Yep.
Whether it's interviewing shop owners, going to these events.
Yep.
And then recently you did a video with the Thai ambassador to Australia.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was a privilege to meet her. She became the Thai ambassador to Australia in 2021. Where there was this Thai festival, Thai event, and I went up and introduced myself, and she'd actually watched the videos, and she was like, I love your videos, I love what you do.
So this wasn't planned, you just went up there?
No, I was at this event, this Thai event, and she was the special guest of this event, and I was like, hi, nice to meet you, it's like a pleasure to meet you, and she was like, oh, I've watched your videos, I love them, like I love what you do for Australia and Thailand and that kind of thing, and I had a really nice chat with her,
So you've got a pretty reputable name
I don't know
around the Thai community in Australia, yeah?
I don't know, I mean, there's not too many Aussie blokes who go around Thai town trying to find interviews and talk about different things with Thai people. It's a pretty niche thing to do.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I mean, Thai language, Thai cultural norms, comparing Western norms with Thai culture and how they adapt.
Yeah.
And then I know there were some guys, I know there was a specific interview where I don't know if the content was about like politics, but I think you interviewed an older Thai gentleman.
Oh, I know that exact one.
That I think he said something along the lines of like, I'll probably never be able to get back into Thailand for saying this.
Yeah.
But so and so and so.
Yeah.
So that was when I remember watching that, I was like,
yeah.
Just seeing a different perspective when it comes to the whole political scene.
But yeah, it's interesting, and it's interesting to compare the opinions and thoughts of Thai people living in a foreign country compared to here, because there's nuance and differences to those, just because I guess they've had more experiences living in a foreign culture, and their mindset is a little bit probably more open, I'd say.
What do you think the nuances when it comes to Thais, when you're meeting Thais that immigrated over to Australia and then have lived there for several years, decades? Do you feel like you get a mixed bag of like, oh, some of them miss home in Thailand, some of them are perfectly happy with Australia, like
massively. The overwhelming sentiment I find is they're really happy in Australia. To be honest, that's like 99% of people I meet are like, I love it here. Predominantly, I think, because of the money, but they also just like the. I think it's a change of culture. It's kind of like us. Like we come over here and it's different for us and it's exciting, and for them it's the exact same thing, and they can earn a decent keep and have a good life there as well. I would probably segregate the groups into kind of two types of Thais who go into Sydney. There's kind of like the ones who go there and kind of stick to their pretty Thai bubble, and they don't tend to venture too much outside of that. That's probably maybe the most, I would say. But then there's other Thais who would probably go outside the sphere a little bit more, and maybe kind of try to avoid working at a Thai restaurant, say, and work at like an Australian pub, or they might work at a fine dining restaurant, or in other different industries. Often tends to be hospitality, because that's the kind of the jobs that are more available, but maybe different industries where they're more surrounded by Australians and locals, and they kind of take on that experience in Australia.
Do you also find that same sentiment when it comes to second generation Thai Australians? So let's say their parents immigrated over to Sydney, and then their kids were born and raised here. And then...
I find that they become just naturalized Australians more so than not, right? And they, in a way, they ignore their kind of like Thai roots as they grow up, and then they get to a certain age where they're like, fuck, like I wish I knew how to speak Thai. I wish I was in contact with my culture a little bit more. And that's when they go exploring. And so I get a lot of people who are like 18, 19, 20, 21 years old, either like half Thais or full Thais, but grown up in Australia and naturalized Australians or even like Europeans or Americans for that matter, who are like, oh, like I watch your videos because it helps me get in contact with my cultural heritage. And that's
Fuck yes.
that's like when
Hell
I get those messages, that's like so awesome.
I fucking love that shit. Hell yeah. Good. I'm very happy to hear when content inspires people that.
Yeah, I mean that's the kind of the reason why you make videos, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, how was it like the whole sentiments of trying to make Thai content during the height of COVID? I mean, did it feel like you had to take a pause?
Yeah, that was definitely the hardest part I've had throughout my kind of 3 and a bit years on YouTube was definitely the COVID period. And I mean, 3.5 years is not that long. There's a lot of people who've been on the platform for a lot longer than that. But yeah, forcing me inside, it definitely took the inspiration out of making content. And I took a break for 6 months from this year, January to July, because I was just kind of out of energy and I lost like the creative spark, and I think just months and months of lockdown had kind of just like buried me into a place where I was like, what? I don't need to do this right now. Like I don't need to just like, so I just was at work and just stayed at work and just was doing that. And then I waited for the Thai borders to open to then get back into it. And like, that's been the most refreshing move.
You still had to go to work.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't put you in a remote position or anything?
Oh, no, like, sorry, I was remote. I was working remotely from
gotcha.
home. Sorry.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was still in the beginning of COVID where, everybody was relegated to working remote.
Yeah.
People were kind of trying to figure out how to, I mean, do we meet with people? Do we not meet with people? So everything is relatively new.
It was a strange time, and and then you add on to that, I'm trying to go out and make interviews in the street with random people. They don't want random people approaching them. There's like this anxiety and angst towards talking to people. So the whole period sucked for making content, to be honest. So then I just decided to take a full break because I was pretty worn out. So it was good.
During the 6 month of taking a break from making content, I mean, did you have a lot of emails? A lot of people are asking, like, Paddy, where are you? Like, where are the videos? Yada yada yada. Like,
yeah. I mean, you did
naturally. Yeah.
You did naturally. I did honestly kind of ignore them, just because I don't think that's necessarily like. I don't think you should try and put the pressure on yourself too much to put stuff out all the time. That can become pretty bad for your mental health. I think if you're thinking that like you just need to get stuff out.
Constantly.
But I would respond. I'd be like, yeah, just having a break. I'll be back soon. All good.
Okay, so just keeping it short.
Yeah, I just like didn't need to feel like I needed to advertise it.
See, guys, we need to take breaks every now and then. Making videos is stressful, man. We don't always get appreciated all the time. So cut us some slack, please.
It is, yeah. There's a lot of effort that goes into making YouTube videos behind the scene that most people just do not realize and can't comprehend. It looks amazing and fun and bells and whistles from the viewer point of view, and it is at times. It's great. But it's also a lot of hard work.
Yeah, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you got to treat it, long term.
After these 6 months, you started producing content. Things are getting a bit better in Australia.
Yep.
And then how was that course? Just going out meeting with Thais, filming videos. And
it was great to be back.
Yeah.
It was really fun to be back there. The first video I did was when I met the Thai ambassador, actually, when I came back and attended this Thai festival in the Sydney CBD, and that was great. And then once the borders were open, once that was announced, I was like travel. No, you didn't have to do any of that sandboxy crap or whatever that was. Once all of it was fair game, I was straight on over.
So you didn't want to come back to Thailand whether it has the 14-day quarantine?
No, I didn't want any of that.
I was an idiot. I didn't.
I had no interest in doing that.
So none of the Phuket sandbox?
No, I didn't have any interest in doing that.
Or any of these other schemes that they were doing?
Yeah,
the Samui sandbox or whatever?
None of that.
It's too much.
I just didn't want to have to go through any of that admin. I just wanted to wait till it was fully open. I could just buy a ticket and come back.
When you knew it was fully open, this was about, 4 or 5 months ago?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, so 4 or 5 months ago, that's when you finally came back.
Yep.
But even after teaching back in 2014 for 8 to 9 months, you would still come back to Thailand about 1 or 2 months every now and then?
Oh, not even 1 or 2 months. It'd be like 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah, 1 or 2 weeks. Just when I had like leave or when I had some time off, essentially between university breaks.
And you would just stay?
I was doing other things as well.
I mean, you were staying mostly in Chiang Mai.
Always in Chiang Mai. This is the first
time
I've actually gotten to know Bangkok. Yeah.
Dude.
And I love it.
You sure? I think Bangkok can corrupt some people, myself included.
Maybe it's just new for me.
No, you'll enjoy it. Yeah. I mean, as long as you have good people around you, then Bangkok's a great place.
Exactly. people make the place.
Now, after 4 or 5 months of coming back here, of being relegated, coming back here, being situated here in Bangkok, you were making videos up north as well too.
Yeah.
What's your first impressions of just coming back here after all this time, like past COVID, and just settling life around here in Thailand, reconnecting with friends, making videos?
Well, firstly, it's an absolute privilege. I just want to say that I came back originally for a month and then went back to Australia to sort out stuff for work, and then I've only come back like last week. So I actually haven't been here for like 4 or 5 months. I've actually probably accumulated only like a month and a bit, really.
Yeah.
I had to go back and sort some stuff out for work and kind of sort out like a career break, essentially, so I could come back and situate myself here a little bit more permanently for a period of time. And
so you're in a kind of a career break, a gap year.
Essentially, like a sabbatical of some sort. They've been good at my company to let me do this, and they're pretty supportive of the stuff I do on the internet. So they would just like, go do it.
So they know you're about your internet presence.
Yeah, they watch it and stuff. Some of my teammates and bosses and stuff are some of my biggest supporters. So yeah,
hell yeah,
it's pretty nice being in a company where people are like that. So yeah, it's really good. But yeah, being back, reconnecting, making videos is honestly a privilege. Some of the opportunities I've been able to have already in a very small amount of time has been amazing, and I do not underestimate how special it is.
What were some of the opportunities, if you don't mind me asking? If you're okay to divulge this information.
Yeah. Well, like only 2 days ago, for example, I was on Thai TV for the first time.
You were on like a Thai variety show?
It was essentially a Thai variety show. It's this show called Sing or Sync.
Sing or Sync.
And I do a bit of singing, just in the shower and a little bit, maybe more than that. So they found out about that, and they were like, would you like to come on as a contestant? And essentially the premise of the show is there was 3 foreigners. One was actually singing, like the mic was on, and 2 were singing, but the mics weren't on, so essentially lip singing. Yeah. And the Thai people have to guess who the real singer is. And so yeah, I filmed the whole process and made a video about it. So it was pretty interesting.
That must have been a pretty interesting experience, yeah.
It was freaking interesting. It was actually, yeah, so it was weird. It was probably the weirdest thing I've done. Up there, one of the weirdest experiences of my life, but at the end of the day, it was so fun. And that trumps the weirdness every day of the week. And I'd do it again, 100%.
You've done your traveling up north. Have you met other folks as well too? Just
yeah. The Chiang Mai area is kind of like my original home. It's like that's where when I associate Thailand, I associate it with Chiang Mai and some of the original friends that I have up there. So I lived with Baganyo Karen people, the tribes, tribes outside of Chiang Mai. So I have a very close connection with that culture, not only Thai culture, but Karen culture as well, because a lot of my original friends, the people who kind of define Thailand for me, are Karen people. So up around the mountains, I lived up way out into the sticks. So,
how was it like reconnecting with your original friends?
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah. Any changes? Anything new?
I mean, there's not really any changes, to be honest. Most of the time, there are. Probably the major thing, actually, I feel like COVID spiked this interest in starting businesses more amongst my friends. Maybe because they were forced to, because they were out of a job and the tourist industry shut down, or different industries shut down, so they had to go and find their own keep. So a lot of them have started their own businesses, I've found, which has been really interesting to listen and talk to my friends about that. But otherwise, life's pretty normal up in the mountains. It just kind of stays, and that's the beauty of it as well.
That's one thing I've also noticed, is that a lot of my, during COVID, a lot of my Thai friends, when their industries, for the lack of a better term, went to complete shit.
Yeah.
They pivoted towards something completely different and were able to sustain themselves and prosper and flourish. For sure. So I mean, I think, from
it's
what
awesome.
I've seen,
it sucks that that's the reason that you have to start a business, but it is nice to be around people who are doing entrepreneurial things and starting their own businesses and thinking like that. Because to be honest, in Australia, there isn't as much of that. I see anyway. It's I guess it's a safer country from an economic point of view, and
I mean,
keep.
Would you say it's more so work a job,
yeah,
Medicare, or get health benefits,
yeah,
get a 20-30 year mortgage?
Yeah, it's definitely there are set paths, and those paths are very good paths, and they're very stable paths, and so it doesn't really incentivize starting your own business that much unless you really have a passion and a drive to do something. Yeah. I find that it doesn't incentivize you starting your own business. However, there's a lot of especially immigrants who come to Australia and start their own restaurants or shops or whatever, and I think it comes from their background, their cultural background, being more entrepreneurial and having to find your own keep.
Yeah, definitely noticed that Thais were definitely much more resilient, adaptable, and then they're very entrepreneurial. I actually met a Swiss subscriber that actually said very similar sentiments as what you said, where it's like, everybody in Switzerland, they're comfortable.
Yeah.
There's not too many entrepreneurs out
No.
there.
Well, it's growing in Australia, and there's definitely a movement amongst entrepreneurial areas. But the reality is, it's tough. It's not easy. It's like doing these kind of things isn't easy. So if you're not interested in the subject matter or what you're doing, then why do it? If I wasn't interested in the subject matter, I probably would earn a six-figure salary or whatever at a company, or if you can, or at a government agency, and a comfortable wage, and kind of live on that and be happy, right?
Until you retire.
Yeah.
But then that kind of kills off a lot of luster in life, right?
The passion for life. It can. Depending on what you're doing for work.
Then again, I mean, you and I are a bunch of idiots taking a risk on this thing called YouTube. So it's okay. It's totally worth it. I met most of my closest friends now through the internet, through this social media mechanism.
That's the power of it, right?
Yeah.
That's the best part of it.
Yeah.
And it's really nice to make authentic connections with people as well. I mean, not every connection you make through social media is like an authentic one and it's just a sincere one. But when you make those types of ones, it's well worth it.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, how him and I connected, I mean, he just posted on his YouTube community saying, hey, if anybody wants to hang out, cool. So that's why I reached out to you on Instagram. Like, want to hang out?
So good.
Now, my next question is going to be pretty important.
Go for it. Hit me.
You ready?
Yep. Let's do it.
You plan on staying here for permanently? I'm trying to convince this man to make Thailand his permanent home.
Yeah, it's a good question. And I don't have an answer yet, unfortunately. For
Yeah.
us. I don't have an answer. I know it's the obvious thing.
Yeah.
But what people see on the camera isn't everything. There's like lot to life. There's a lot of different things, competing forces that I think about and that I consider. And but the more I stay here, the more I lean towards yes. Yeah. And if I was going to do it right now, it would probably be like it wouldn't be just like, maybe I'd come for like six months first, and then, or like do a student. I don't know how I do it, but maybe go in kind of short blocks and maybe live a little bit between Sydney and Thailand just for a little bit.
Yeah.
As I kind of adapt. I just have a few things back in Sydney, Australia, that I do that are really important to me and that I do really enjoy. So, but I don't know. That's a pretty poor answer.
Would it be okay if I divulge your age?
Go for it.
He's in his. All right, I won't be specific. He's in his
26.
Mid-20s. Okay. So somebody in your mid-20s, you definitely have much more room to kind of figure things out.
Yeah.
And I think you have so much time that there's a huge margin of error for you to, like, let's say, screw up. And
yeah.
So I think for your situation,
yeah,
like 5-6 months here.
Yeah.
6 months back in Australia, like.
Yeah.
I don't see why not. And
no,
just kind of play around with it.
No, I don't see. Like, I'm coming from a position of privilege here that I can even do that. Like, there's so many people in the world who can't do that. But I guess for what more is given, more is expected in some ways. So, if I do have the opportunity, then I'd love to. But yeah, this next kind of period while I'm here in Bangkok until December will be a period of kind of deliberation and thinking about what the next move is and what I can do and how I'm gonna. And depending on how successful, like, the YouTube side of things, I mean, I still got to make an income, right? I still got to do things, so that is definitely a part that I think about as well.
How does that make you feel? Do you feel stressed out? I mean, do you feel hopeful? Like,
no, I don't feel stressed out at the moment. No,
yeah.
not at the moment. Good. No, I'm feeling if you're not hopeful, then there's no other alternative to hope, right? So you got to hope. You got to be. I
don't know. I mean, unless if you're hanging out with these jaded expats and just all they do is bitch and moan about their 5 ex-wives, and I don't think they have too much hope in them.
Yeah, well, I hope
I'm gonna get so many hate comments for this, but it's okay.
I hope that's not me.
No, please don't. I'll keep you away from. I'll personally keep you away from that.
Yeah.
Divulging that direction.
But we'll see. The answer is I don't know, but time will tell, I guess.
So play by ear.
Play by ear.
Play by ear.
Play it by ear for the moment.
You're in your mid-20s.
Yeah.
Dating anyone right now?
No, single. So that helps.
In the
that
market?
Helps with these decisions.
Okay.
In the market. Aggressively single at the moment.
Aggressively single.
I'm joking. Aggressively dating.
Okay, aggressively dating.
Not really.
Hey, just take your time.
Having fun.
Don't go looking for it. It'll come to you. Just
yeah.
That's how it usually happens.
Yeah.
right now, do you have any future plans until December right now? Just going out, traveling, just working?
That's the plan. I'm basing myself in Bangkok pretty much for the first, and for the first 3 or 4 weeks, I'll just probably be in Bangkok and sorting things out and meeting people like yourself and seeing what other opportunities are out here. And then the plan is to travel to around Thailand and go to some interesting places and tell some interesting stories.
That you haven't been yet. Okay, so that's the future goals
That's
right now.
the future goals. It's kind of what I'm working out. I'm in no real rush, but we'll try and figure out what are some interesting stories that are happening, and I guess stories that are untold. That's the plan. I guess the thing about the channel is that, the thing about having Thai language as an asset is that you can tell stories that the average foreigner can't tell.
Yes.
So that's the aim, to do that.
You're at a huge advantage.
Yeah.
Wait, so you can speak? Can you read and write?
Yeah, read and write. Yeah.
Oh,
But like,
I'm so jealous.
It's not. I mean, it's not that impressive. It's like it's doable. Anyone can do it.
It's very
Anyone
admirable.
can do it.
It's very admirable.
Yeah.
Bangkok, Chiang Mai, and then also you want to tell different stories in different provinces all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Like I'm putting things out on social media and talking to different people and seeing where the best stories lie and where the kind of like the easiest places, not the easy places, but like places that are actually feasible to get to, and we'll see from there how we go.
Absolutely. Yeah, just use it as a base, but just keep moving.
Yeah, and having fun.
And
the
having
most
fun.
important thing, having fun. I'm trying to have a heap of fun while I'm over here, which has been first week down, and I've had a heap of fun already. So.
Hey, I wish I had your mindset when I was your age. Boomer Force is coming out. Shit.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's good. It's good.
Well, I just want to conclude this interview. I just want to say thank you very much, Paddy, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to sit down in this place here at Tong Law to just have a quick coffee, chat about your life, your future goals, your mindset, everything. I'm going to link all his socials in the description down below. Check out Thai Talk with Paddy. Anything you would like to add?
Oh, nothing else. You've done it all for me, Forrest. Thanks a lot for the interview. This is great. It's awesome chatting like this. It's really nice to see what other foreigners are doing in Thailand and how they're living their lives, because it's also inspiring for me as well. So thanks a lot.
I'm not going to put too much of your business out there, but off camera, this man is fucking hilarious. we'll just leave it at that.
Thanks, Forrest.
He's a fucking...
Thanks a lot.
Appreciate each and every one of you guys. Make sure, do me a huge favor, like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, drop us a comment, whether it's about Paddy, any questions for Paddy, myself.
Any hate comments is alright as well. Throw them around.
Hate comments are perfectly fine. I'll just block you guys, maybe. So what? Let's see, what else?
Only a Forrest though.
Yeah, only for Forrest. Follow me on Instagram if you haven't, and I just want to say I love each and every one of you guys. Work hard, be happy, stay away from crazy people, unless if they're fun. And yeah, love you guys. Take care, guys. Bye.